Hi, welcome to my technique class. This is the first video of many, and this is going to be a guided practice to where you can play right along with me. And something I'm going to encourage you to do is to use the button on YouTube that allows you to slow the video down. It's the little gear icon, at least at this time it is, at the bottom right of the video, and you can change the speed if what I'm doing is too fast. So feel free to use that. I encourage you to use that, but I will try to keep this at a reasonable tempo. I'm also going to be playing along with a metronome. I'll be saying what speed I'm putting it at, but once again, you can just play along with this video or you can set your own metronome. So I hope you enjoy this. Thank you so much for those of you who are supporting me on Patreon. You guys will always see these videos first. You can click the link in the description to find out how to join my classes. Okay, we're going to start with a left hand exercise, something pretty simple with slurs. We're going to play no open notes, all left hand. I'm going to be turning on the metronome at 128 beats per minute. And the idea here is to make this line very smooth. I'll demonstrate once and then I'll show you the exercise. Okay? So once again, you're going 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. But you're only plucking the first note every time. So you're hammering on, again, 2, 3, again, 3, 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. I'm exaggerating the right hand movements. You can do whatever you'd like in the right hand. But I'm typically just alternating between I and M. So you are going to go like this. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. And then we're going to repeat the top note. We're going to play 4, 3, same thing, 3, 2, 2, 1, but with these descending slurs, pull-offs, right? 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Okay, I'm just keeping track of time here. This is my first time going through these videos. Or this is my first time doing a video like this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start. What we're going to do when we get down to the bottom, so it's going to end, and then we're going to go. So we're just going to slide up one fret, so it'll end. Oh, sorry. And we're going to do this all the way up till fret 5, and then we'll be done. So all the way to where first finger reaches fret 5. Okay, so I'm turning this on again at 128 beats per minute. This is where you can go ahead. I'll mark, by the way, I'll mark these areas where I'm doing the exercises in the description so you can click what second mark I start something. I'm going ahead and going to start this at 128 beats per minute. Like I said, feel free to slow this down to 75% or 50% in the settings of this YouTube video. Here we go. I'll count you off, I'm sorry. 1, 2, ready, and. I'm sorry, I messed that up. Let's go ahead and start that again. 1, 2, ready, and. So we're on the second fret now. very beneficial for you to do this all over the fingerboard. And as you're working on this, you should be trying to focus on keeping this line really steady. For instance, not like this. Or likely a lot of you might sound like this. And this is because a lot of times our 3rd to 4 hammer-on is going to be a lot more difficult. But try to keep it, whatever tempo you can do it at, like this. As if you were articulating every note. So it shouldn't sound like it is a slur, really. It should sound like a smoother version of an articulation. Okay, now we're going to step away from slurs for a minute, and we're just going to do some simple right-hand alternation. We're going to start with our fingers that are not so good, which is our A and our N fingers. Now, the way this exercise is going to work is we're going to go on the open E and the open B string, so the 1st and the 2nd string, and we're going to play nothing in the left hand, but just our right, and we're going to play A, M, 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 A, M. So we do 4 slow and then 8 fast, right? So 4 in like 8th notes and then 8 to 16th. So okay, so I'm going to set the metronome to this. And we are doing this at 88 beats per minute. So we're playing A, M, 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 A, M. Now remember, we're not going incredibly fast here, so try to stay really relaxed, and after each stroke, especially when you're going slow, try to completely relax your fingers. Now, if this is too fast for you, like I said, feel free to slow it down. Okay, let's go ahead and start this. 1, 2, ready, and okay, now let's take this up a notch. Now I'm going to move to 95 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready, and. Good time to make sure you're staying relaxed. Time. Okay, now let's kick it up to 105. 1, 2, ready, and. I like to alternate where my thumb is, where it's planting, just for good practice. Okay, let's move this to 120 and then we'll stop there. But if you want to go a step further, you can just repeat this one and play along at 1.25 or 1.5 speed. 1, 2, ready, and. Now, I really want to emphasize that when you're doing the slow ones, so like the quarter notes or the 8th notes, however you think of it, it's important not to just go off into like your own little land when you do this. Like, you stay mentally active and think about how to stay relaxed. Because those slow ones will start to feel really slow and it's easy for your mind to drift away. But it's really important to continue focusing on efficiency and relaxation. It's as if when you're doing the fast ones, you are executing the exercise. And then when you're doing the slow ones, you're practicing, you're thinking, you're engaged. The other ones should feel like one. The slow ones should feel like intense focus. So I hope that helps. Now we're going to go ahead and do that with your M and I fingers, okay? So we're going to start at 100 beats per minute on this one. 1, 2, ready, and M, I, M, I, M, I, M, I, M, I, M, I, M. Okay, now I'm going to kick this up to 110. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, now 120. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, now the step after that is going to be a little bit more of an extension in the right hand. This is something we have to do all the time in our pieces, but we hardly ever practice in the common canon of technique books. We're going to start with A and M, and we're going to space out our A finger across the first finger and our M finger on the third string. So we're skipping the second, so it's going to be like this. We're actually going to take a little bit slower. We're going to think da, 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 da. Okay, we're going to start at 85. I'm going to move it even slower. So this speed, right? We're going to play A, M, 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 A. Okay? This is 85 beats per minute. And the same principles apply. You try to stay really relaxed on the slow beats. Just keep on going. After practicing this for a little while, when your A and M are on adjacent strings, it'll feel super easy. Okay, now let's kick that up to 95. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, something really important to notice here is that when you're doing the slow ones, my A finger is not staying back like this, like into a fist. It releases the tension right after plucking. And that's what you're going for when you do these slow ones. If you can't do it, take it slower. Take it down to like 50 beats per minute, something like this. Try that. Now, the last thing we're going to do here is do this with M and I, and we're going to start at 85 beats per minute. So M on the first, I on the third. 1, 2, ready, and. kick that up to 95 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, now let's kick that up to 105. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, now let's do 120 to close this out. 1, 2, ready, and. Release tension every time on the slow beats. And like I said, try to build that speed with A&M. Because when you come back to Jason strings, like I said, you feel so in control. Okay, that was just about 15 minutes. I really hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know in the feedback on the comments, or send me a message on Patreon, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, you name it. I would love to hear what you think about this series and this new style of technique classes that I'm doing. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.